This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana.
Augustana Sports Flashback is brought to you by Schoenemann's. Joining me now is Augustana cross-country coach Tracy Hellman. Well, holy cow, Tracy. Let's jump up in the air and celebrate the Augustana Vikings National Championship in women's cross-country. A couple weeks ago in Spokane, Washington, the men finished 6th. It has been one great year for cross-country. Talk about your feelings.
Yeah, we're still on cloud 9. I mean, hearing that national champion is something that it doesn't get old, I can tell you that. And it was a year that I'll never forget in terms of just what we had to go through to have the success we had in both men and the women. So, yeah, it's pretty fun to be in this spot.
Well, let's focus in on the women's race, and we're going to have Kelly Kogel on here a little later to talk about kind of her special part in the race. But the ladies' race, really something.
Yeah, we thought we had a good team going in this year, and I thought we were going to have some success at the national. But as the course of the year, went through, we had some ups and downs, and then we had some things happen that I thought would shake a lot of teams. But we had a lot of kids that stepped up and really kept the motivation and the positive energy, I guess, going. And I think I knew probably 2 weeks before the national we had a good shot of placing well, but I still didn't think we could win, just because it's just such a hard thing to attain on a national level. And that day was a day that will go down as one of the best ever in history. And we had 5 All-Americans. Mm-hmm. We had the best spread, which the time from the first runner to the 5th runner that any other team. And we finished. I didn't think we had won. I thought still we were 2nd or maybe 3rd, and that would have been pretty exciting. We would have been happy about that. But to hear that, to us win, I was shocked. I didn't have words. And so it was a year I think that we're going to really remember. But yet we only graduate one girl, Kelly. Right. So I mean, it's hard to look ahead. But wow, we got a lot of potential in the women for next year too.
Yeah, and we're going to talk, as I mentioned, with Kelly Kogel here in a little bit. But what a story! And we don't want to spoil everything, but just your feelings about Kelly. She went through her father's death. She ran. Had to be tremendously emotional for the ladies.
Yeah, it was emotional for them. It was emotional for me. I mean, geez, I really had a tough time getting through that because she was so special to our team, and it was so hard on her, I could see. And I didn't know if she was going to race. I really didn't, and I never pressured her to. We told her that if she didn't make it, we'd be there for her regardless. And to see her show up in the airport with our team and then to race the way she did, it's a storybook ending in some ways. I would never imagine her to do what she did, and it really carried us. It carried our team. And I've told people before, if she doesn't run the way she runs, we don't win. Plain and simple. But yeah, so that was great momentum, and it was something that we're still celebrating.
Yeah, well, the national championship is huge, and we know that. But the men also ran well, 6th place.
It was really tough because here it is, our women win the national title, and then our men equal the best finish ever in our program history in 6th. They were 6th last year, and so we had cause to celebrate them too because it was such a great finish, the best ever for our men. And they were very excited to do that. We had 2 All-Americans. Paul Yak was 11th, Ryan Evans was 32nd. That was 3rd year in a row we've been in the top 10 of the men, and so the guys were very happy with their finish. They also were super excited about the women winning, but it was a total team effort by both squads.
Well, Tracy, you have a phenomenal program here. Again, congratulations to the men and on the national championship. Also the National Coach of the Year, Women's Coach of the Year. With me now is outstanding Augustana senior women's cross-country runner, Kelly Kogel. Kelly, it's great to have you here on Augustana Sportscene. And it's quite a story. The ladies, congratulations, winning the national championship out in Spokane, Washington on November 18th. And quite a story here with Kelly, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But first off, Kelly, you're from Cheyenne, Wyoming. After high school, had to pick a college. Why'd you choose Augustana?
I did. I told my parents I didn't want to go anywhere in the Midwest at all. But I was talking to Tracy, and on my visit, I came up and it was a big visit day, so there's about 8 other track recruits, and we all went out to eat, and I just tell the team was really close together, and we'd be spending a lot of time together I knew I'd make a ton of great friends up here. So
yeah. Well, we're glad you came, and you saved your best race for last, which we're going to get to here now. Quite a story here with Kelly, and some of you may have seen the story in the Argus Leader or heard about it, but her father, Donald, was stricken with cancer and passed away on November 11th, a week ahead of the Nationals. And Tracy wasn't sure whether Kelly was going to run or not, but she did, and it was a fantastic finish for her. Talk about the emotions of all of that, and then why you decided to run, and what it was like running that race.
Yeah, well, we've kind of been talking the whole season, and I talked with my parents about it, throughout the year and before I left in the fall for camp. And I was able to spend quite a bit of time home this summer and go. Tracy was really good about working with me, being able to go home during the season on weekends. So I was able to go home, and we just talked about it and kind of kept everyone on the same page. And I tried to prepare myself, even though you can never really prepare. But so the day after it happened, I went on a long run with one of the girls on the team who stayed with me that night, and we just talked about it, if I could run, if I could even make it through the race. And we made it through the long run, and I just decided, I want to do this. We've been training since August, since team camp, and I just knew that the team was going to be there, and I just wanted to get to Nationals as soon as possible. And my dad I knew he was so proud of me, and he talked about running so much, and I'd call him every day, and we talked about running and school, and he really just wanted me and my siblings to kind of continue on and do what we were doing and be successful. And I know he would have done anything to be in Spokane with us.
Yeah, well, it's a fantastic story, and he's certainly proud of you today after the race. The race itself, miserable conditions. Talk about what it was like, and what was motivating you to run.
The race was so cold, and I just knew it was our year. Since my freshman year, we've been talking about getting a trophy. Like, this is our year to get a trophy. This is our year. We hadn't had one. So I decided, this is the year to get one. And before the race, we were just all so motivated, and it was freezing cold, but, it was cold for everyone else out there too. And the whole time I was running, I was just thinking about the last thing my dad said to me when I talked to him was, "Congratulations, I'm so proud of you." And I just felt like he was confused that we had already ran. And I knew that he was there with us that day. And so that just kept pushing me. And then when Tracy was screaming his head off, "We can win, we can win," that just it pumped us up and pulled it off.
Well, a fabulous story and a tremendous race. All-American honors for all of the ladies. Congratulations. And I guess, now it's the end of the line for cross country, and you'll be moving on and graduating. So what's your major, and what are your future plans?
I'm business marketing, and I'm going to work for a couple years in Sioux Falls, build up my resume, and then I plan to go to grad school for management. Well,
Kelly, it's been great to have you at Augustana. Tremendous finish. Good luck.
Thank you.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition. By Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888. And by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan High Efficiency water softener can. The Culligan High Efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
More people are leaving BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus for Audi than ever before. For exceptional values on the Audi A4, visit your local dealer today.
Hi, I'm Chad Greenway of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm a big fan of how youth sports can help kids stay physically fit. But as an athlete and a parent, I'm also very concerned about safety. Millions of sports-related concussions happen every year, and many go unrecognized. That's alarming because the wrong treatment can slow recovery, worsen the condition, or lead to permanent damage. Please learn the facts about concussions and help protect our young athletes.
To learn more, visit sanfordhealth.org/headsup.
The Augustana Men's Basketball Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, we're through the holiday break here, and it's Augustana basketball again as the Vikings head off for 4 games this week. It starts with a trip to St. Cloud State and Concordia St. Paul. 2 tough games, Tom.
Yeah, I think, difficult places to play. Concordia was a preseason top 4 or 5 pick team. They've had some injuries. I'm sure those kids will be back, especially their big kid Bartz. He's been hurt, and after Christmas that gives them time to heal up. And very athletic team, very strong inside. They're a team that have a lot of different weapons, and so going up to their place, it's not an easy place to play. They'll be a very formidable foe. They'll play very well, and we need to bring our game with us, our energy, and we've got to do smart things on the road. We need more assists and turnovers. We have to increase our rebounding, and we have to, more than anything, Bill, is just we have to play with a consistent energy in terms of both the offensive, defensive end of the side, and the other thing we have to do is cherish the ball. We're just getting so reckless with it, and we just can't do that. We can't waste possessions.
Right. Well, and then it's back home for the Vikings here on Saturday and Sunday this week as we play 2 teams that have done very well so far, Bemidji State and Minnesota.
And that'll be after going to St. Cloud after
right.
Concordia too.
Yep.
And they've got a very good team. St. Cloud is playing very well. Theo Rothstein's healthy and playing very well. They've got all their kids back. That's a good team, and they always play us hard. Those games are always close and hard fought. So you're right. So that we go on those 2 games on the weekend, and then we're back with 3 actually home in a row, which we'll talk about Wayne after that weekend. But Duluth is having a very good year. Hottenstein is probably scoring. Last I looked, he's in the top 6-7 in the league in scoring. They're vastly improved, and then Bemidji has just got veterans. They've got they've got Tesdall at the point. They've got Ellisor back, who had a very good first year as a JUCO transfer. They run very solid motion. They're a very, very disciplined team. They're no fun to play. They set great screens, and it's just not a fun game. And Matt's done a good job of running his system, an Indiana type system, and they make you play defense every time, and it's hard to do.
Yeah, well, they'll be good games, fans. So get on over here. Well, Coach. As we kind of turn the corner and get to the new year, your thoughts on your ball club so far?
Well, I think, it's fun to be disappointed in an 8-2 record going into the Christmas break. I really like the fact that, we got so much room for improvement. Yeah, we're going to bring a couple kids back after Christmas, Scotty Norwood and Nick Bennett, who haven't had a lot of minutes or an opportunity to play, both coming off surgeries. And I think after the Christmas break, it's not like we're going to have 7, 8, 9, 10 days. We get them back on the 27th, and we're playing on the 2nd and the 3rd, or 1st and 2nd. So, we're only going to have 4 or 5 days. First, we're going to have to get the Christmas turkey out of them and get them in shape, and then we're going to have to get a couple little tweaks and do some things. But, we'd like to bring those 2 back in, get them in the rotation, and have even that much more firepower in our Friday, Saturday league, so that we can get some rest for our starters.
Well, you mentioned those guys coming back. Dre Murray has been pretty special coach as a transfer.
Yeah, Dre, a young man that came here, a whole nother situation for him. Was not asked to score at Sam Houston. He was an assist turnover guy. He ran a team, and now we've got him an ability. He can really score. He's good at it. So, he's still kind of learning that responsibility, and I think our guys are learning again how to play and feed off of him. But overall, continues to do a nice job, as do all our guys. If we can ever get Cam, Cody, and Dre on the same night going, and
right.
throw the couple bigs in there, we're going to be pretty good. Unfortunately, we just haven't found that combination yet, but it's going to happen.
It will, and get all the cylinders banging, and Augustana basketball team will be tough to beat. Tom, good luck to you and the Vikings.
Yeah, thanks, girl.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report with Coach Dave Krauth is next.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
My eye was a tumor and it hurts in my head, and it's right here. I have 3 favorite colors: red, pink, and purple. I like to draw fairies, princesses, and clothes. I want to be, when I grow up, a clothes modeler. It models clothes. This is my victory.
Why do you play? Why go through all the pain, the endless practices? For the victories? For the joy of playing the game? Or do you play for something even greater? If you already know the answer, we're the network for you. Midco Sportsnet. This is how we do sports.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
Joining me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, we're past the holiday season here, and the Vikings are on the road. It starts out on January 2nd as Augustana plays at St. Cloud State on January 3rd at Concordia. Two tough games, Dave.
Well, you know, that's a way to start the new year. But, you know, really when you look up and down the women's side of the league, I mean, pick your poison, because I think just about any road trip is going to give you, you know, some equal challenges. And there'll be two tough games. It'll be interesting because you end up with a little longer break than we've had in years past. With the 7 days mandated by the NCAA, and then we had a couple, you know, on almost the front end of that after the before Christmas games. So we'll be challenged. Similar teams, although St. Cloud really gets after you for 40 minutes and maybe plays about as similar to us as any team in the league.
Yeah, well, in a game right before the holiday break, Concordia did take on St. Cloud. And St. Cloud really kind of got the best of them.
Yeah, well, it was primarily second half. St. Cloud, you know, either wore them down, but Concordia just struggled and you know, got frustrated with their struggle, and it was a game. And I think sometimes you see games like that where the score isn't indicative of the teams. It was at Concordia, but yeah, St. Cloud handled them, and it's an interesting one. St. Cloud's got quite a few kids back. Concordia playing with, you know, more of a senior loss similar to us, and maybe sometimes that affects those things too.
Right. Well, the Vikings, a 4-game week here. We're back home this coming weekend on Saturday as we take on Bemidji State, and then on Sunday, Minnesota Duluth. They just keep coming, Dave.
Yeah, well, you know, they're again, you know, we're talking about a couple teams that might be a little bit similar to us. Bemidji gets after you, a lot of full court stuff. They're playing with a traditional post most of the time this year, but at times last year would almost play with 5 perimeters. And that should be an up and down game. And then Duluth is just hard nosed. They just get after you and probably play as good a defense as anybody. They can go very big, and you know, our good team year in and year out. We've really had some slugfests with them over the years, both in the regular season, but conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. So that'll be a tough test too, and I'm glad we'll be back home.
Well, Dave, you're 7-3 here coming into the January games, 4-2 in the NSIC. Your thoughts on your ball club to this point?
Well, you know, if I look back and let's say I'm in October and compare my thoughts then to now, I mean, I think I'd be fairly happy, you know, being in the position we are right now. We're playing a lot of inexperienced players, some of them freshmen, some of them not freshmen, but who lacked experience. And at times we've looked awful good, but we've maybe showed our inexperience in a few games too. You know, I think we're making progress, and I continue to feel like this is a team that will get better and better as the year goes along. And I don't know if I always have. I mean, I think you hope that you're going to get better as the year goes on, but this is a team that I think will, as they get more experience, will show improvement, and hopefully so.
Well, there's certainly some exciting young players on this team. The Vikings, of course, with veterans like Molly Hayes and Lydia Nelson, Alex Feeney, Faith Tinklenberg, but the young ladies are certainly ones that are fun to watch, and they're getting better, Dave.
Yeah, you know, Shantiva Ashley is one of our redshirt freshmen that, you know, gets a lot of minutes, and she's got a motor that, you know, and she plays hard, and that is something I think sometimes she brings us at. Cami Coyne is a little bit more of a veteran player, but not with a lot of minutes behind her, and she can bring us some instant offense off the bench. Emily Schulte you know, has played a lot to this point, and sometimes she's good play, bad play, but boy, she makes things happen one way or another, and we want to continue to try to refine that and make them positive plays. But you know, 2 big freshman posts that I've been happy with their development too, and we're going to get them more minutes, I think. But even in spot minutes, as they get more experience, they won't press so much when they get those short minutes.
Right. We're speaking of Andrea Whitney and Emily Bowes, who are certainly showing potential. Dave, you got a fun ball club, a lot of basketball ahead, so good luck to you and the Vikings.
Thanks, Bill.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
I was half the person I used to be, literally. I knew that if I didn't have the strength that I'd back in my body, I'd never be able to ride my Harley again, and that was one of my other goals I had, was to be able to get back on the bike. Just being able to get out and experience, the area and the surroundings on the back of a bike is so much different than being in a car. You can smell the smells as you drive through, you can hear the sounds. It's just great. This is my victory.
When I was young, I loved helping my grandfather with projects. From building a birdhouse to odd jobs around the house, we always got our supplies from Schoenemann's. I remember the smell of the fresh cut lumber and all the bins full of nails, nuts, and bolts. Today, my projects are a bit bigger, and so is Schoenemann's selection. I rely on them for everything I need.
Schoenemann's in Sioux Falls and Harrisburg. Expert advice, everything you need.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augie Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana junior women's basketball player Lydia Nelson. It's right after the Minnesota State Moorhead game here at the Elman Center. The Vikings came out on top 98-66. Lydia with a great weekend of basketball, and we're going to talk more about that here in a little bit. But to begin with, Lydia, you're from Lake Preston, South Dakota.
Yep.
And after a great high school career, had to choose a college. Why'd you pick Augustana?
I picked Augustana College because I started out playing AAU basketball after my sophomore year. I honestly right away didn't have any interest in playing college basketball because for me it was just for fun. I wasn't too competitive, and then actually Cammie Coyne's dad got me into playing AAU basketball, and I really liked it, and then I didn't really think about college at all, and then my coach comes up to me and he's like, you need to play college basketball. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And Augie was just the best fit for me, and from the second I stepped on campus, I knew this was the place for me.
Yeah, well, we're glad you came here. You're having a great career with the Vikings, and tonight a big victory for Augustana. The Vikings are right now 7-3, 4-2 in the NSIC. Lydia, what do you think of the team this year?
Our team is a lot, it's a great team this year. I would say we're a lot better team-oriented, and we have great team chemistry. I think we have a lot more speed this year, and we just mesh together really well and are having a great season so far. So.
Yeah, well, you like to bang around in there a little bit, which is good. We like to see that. You've been playing basketball a long time. What do you like about the game?
For me, it's honestly, as weird as this might sound, it's relaxing for me. And I mean, with like stress with school and everything, I'll just come up here and shoot some hoops, and it kind of puts my mind in a different place than rather than just school and going and everything. And it's really relaxing to me, and I get a lot of satisfaction out of the competition now, and being with a team and feeling like I have a different family now of girls, and we're all there for each other. It's nice to know that there's a bunch of people to back me up no matter what. So.
That's great. You know, we're filming this on Sunday here after the Moorhead game, and Lydia and I were talking before we went on the air about the challenges of being a student athlete, particularly a women's basketball player or a men's player at Augustana right now. Talk about what you had yesterday on Saturday and what you have coming at you tomorrow.
Well, yesterday morning at 8 a.m. I had a final that took me 2 hours, and then after that I had to refocus, had a game at 4, and then today we had this game, and now tomorrow I have 2 finals and a presentation, and Tuesday I have another test and another final.
Well, there you go, fans out there. You wonder about the student and student athlete, and Lydia's a very good one, but it's a challenge putting that together and playing the kind of basketball Lydia has here for the Vikings. Well, Lydia, changing gears a little bit, what is your major and what are your future plans?
I'm a BizCom major, and right now I don't have any solid future plans, but I can see myself maybe working in a marketing firm somewhere, and I will probably stay local, maybe in Sioux Falls, so that's my plan so far.
Yeah, and as far as going to Augustana here, we talked again a little bit before we went on the air. You've been impressed with the faculty and the people in your professors in your major.
Yeah, very much so. With the small classroom setting, your professors get to know you, and they're they'll always be there for you and will set you up with anything because they know who you are, know your parents, different stuff like that. So it's really nice.
Yeah. Well, last question here as we finish up. Lydia, you've been at Augie now 3 years.
Yep.
What's it been like to be an Augustana Viking?
It's been great. It gives me such a sense of pride. I love when I see people with a Augie shirt on. I will always go up to them and will always have that sense of being a Viking, and it's great. I love it. I'll always wear all my basketball t-shirts, standing tall, being proud of wearing them.
Well, we love you too, and we love the way you play. We got a lot of basketball to go here, Lydia, this year and next year yet, so good luck.
Thank you.
The Augustana Sports Spotlight is next. We'll be right back.
Here's to all you crazies. You, the hometown diehards, the fanatics. That's what a fan is after all. You live or die by what happens on the field, on the court, and in your heart every time your team plays. So, let your freak flag fly. We're here for you. Midco Sportsnet. This is how we do sports.
There's just times that there's a lot of darkness. I would be in church looking at the PowerPoint and just thinking, this could be my funeral, this could be my pictures up there. The day came when I could actually stand in front of our congregational family and I could sing a solo, and that was so huge because I had forgotten how beautiful a song could be in my heart.
My word is celebrate.
Cleaning hard water spots takes time and effort. Be sure your water softener is working properly. Your Culligan man can make sure any brand water softener is working by performing a 10-point inspection for only $19.95. That's Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Even the highest efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan High Efficiency water softener can. The Culligan High Efficiency saves you up to 46% in operating costs, and it makes your glasses look 100% beautiful.
The Augustana Sports Spotlight is brought to you by Culligan Water Conditioning. The 2011 cross-country season was the best in history for Augustana. It was highlighted by Coach Tracy Hellman's Vikings claiming the NCAA Division II National Championship at the meet held in Spokane, Washington on Saturday, November 19th. Augustana earlier had claimed their 4th consecutive NSIC championship. The top 5 finishers in the national meet for the Vikings were Leah Hansen, Runa Falk, Kristen Brownbow, Kylie Blakesley, and Kelly Kugel. The Augustana men also had a banner year as they won their 3rd straight NSIC championship and finished 6th at the NCAA national meet. Leading the Augustana men at nationals were Paul Yack, Ryan Evans, Tom Carbo, Adam Braun, and Jordan Slusser. Coach Hellman was named the NCAA Division II National Women's Cross Country Coach of the Year, and with young men's and women's teams returning and another strong recruiting year, the future continues to look bright for Augustana Vikings Cross Country.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.